it's Tia and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is something that I'm very passionate about, excited, pumped to film, and that's why resorts are so amazing to work at while on your Disney College program or just like working in general in Walt Disney World. I am so in love with my resort, and honestly, I love it enough that I pick up at so many other resorts because I just want a taste of it all. And not gonna lie, when I first got accepted, as you guys know, I wasn't pumped to be front desk, which now I do love, but I should have been. And I know a lot of other people, like even merchandise, quick service, so many roles are in resorts, and some people are like, oh, I'd rather be in a park. And of course, a park is amazing to be in. I assume I've never worked in a park, so I picked up in a park, but I never like was status in a park, so I really don't know. That's not what this video is. This video is not to like bring parks down or anything. This is more to get people really excited if they got status at a resort or are going to be working in one, because they are great things to work in. There's so many pros to working at a resort, and that's what I want to let you guys know about. So before we get started, make sure you subscribe down below and give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. It's right on the screen here. So let's just get started. I have all of the notes on my phone, and there's a couple of reasons, but we're going to start with the most important one, and that's the relationships that you're going to build. Now, at my location, there's only about 7 to 10 front desk CPs. There's a lot of leaders, there's a lot of FSAs, which are like our supervisors, but you have to work with them all of the time. Not have to, it's always a good thing, but you're with the same people all of the time. So you're gonna get a lot closer to your cast, you're gonna get a lot closer to your leaders, your FSAs, and you're gonna build those relationships that are just gonna make like going to work exciting, especially if you do wanna network and stay. It also makes it easier to do that because you'll see the same leaders 2-3 times a week, and it's like, oh hey, they see you work, they see if you're really good, and like you can just build from there. But it's more just like when I go to work, I see the people that I'm working with, I'm like, oh yes, like it makes me so excited because like I know the morning people, I know the afternoon people, I know the mid people, and like whatever I get scheduled, I'm like, oh, I know who I'm gonna be with, and it just makes it easier. Especially like if something goes wrong or you need someone to rely on for a situation, you have someone. It's not always like, oh, I have to ask the person next to me and I'm not sure if like they're gonna want to help me, but everyone's willing to help because if you're a good worker and they know how you work and are always there for the guests and want to make a situation better, they're there to help as well. Like everyone is there to help you, and that's the most amazing thing because you build these bonds and it becomes a little family. And you know, like I'm not like super close with anyone, like I don't hang out all the time with my work friends, but like I know at work they're going to be there for me, I'm going to be there for them, and it's just a super cool bond that you get to build. And especially over Disney World and the same location that you are, like DACL has their own little like family now, and I really appreciate that, and it makes me so happy just going to work every day, seeing people I like that are going to be there, and it just makes the day so much more amazing. The next thing is that you have set hours. This gotta be like the #1 pro, maybe, I don't know. All these are #1s, but set hours is so good because parks, the hours change all the time. There's extra magic hours, there's ticketed events. You never know when it's gonna open, you never know when it's gonna close. It changes all the time. But resorts, it doesn't close. Like the resorts don't close. So you will have like certain scheduled shifts, and that's what you're gonna be having. So like for example at DACL, and I think pretty much almost at every resort, there's a 5:45 shift, there's a 6:30, and there's usually a 10 or 11, a 3, and a 5. And that's usually it. Like you're going to be scheduled one of those shifts. You're never gonna have to like maybe work crazy long hours. Like of course you can extend or pick up at different times, but you're never going to be like scheduled like an overnight, or like, oh, we're closing at 3 today, we're closing at 2 a.m. today, 1 a.m. Like we're never closing, so there's only certain shifts that you can work. So that's an amazing thing because usually my schedule is pretty like all the time. I know what it's gonna be. I'm either 3 to 11:30 or I can be in the morning, like, but I know what the shift is, if that makes any sense. Parks are always fluctuating with hours and all different things that are going on, but resorts, like, it's always the same, nothing's changing. So that's really nice knowing like you're going into it knowing you're never gonna have to have these crazy hours because you're most likely gonna have the same allotted hours every day. Next is one of my favorites again. I'm gonna say this for everyone, but it's the relationship with families that you get to build. And this makes my job, like this makes my role the most amazing role, or any resort role, because you will see the same families over and over and over and over. I have to say, like once a shift, like a family comes up to me that I checked in the other day, or just like I help them with something, and they'll come back and talk to me because they just want to talk to me, and they can because they're staying with me and they rely on me to, you know, help make their trip magical. And it's just a good feeling when people remember you. Like, for example, I had a guest 2 days ago that had like problems with his room. He just like really wasn't happy with it, and me and one of my FSAs like partnered up and we made it right. We got him, like, we went shopping for him, got all of his grandkids some really nice things. We were able to like move them later in a stay to a different room that has a better view. And he came back yesterday and he was like, Tia, I just wanted to like thank you for that, and he wanted my like FSA's name too so he can write a compliment about us. And he was so excited to like see me again. He's like, oh, thank you so much, that meant so much to me. Like, I even saw a guest in a park that came up to me and recognized me, and she was from Brazil, and like she gave me all these kisses on the cheek, go, Tia, 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 help me. And, like, I had to help her find like a quick service restaurant in Magic Kingdom that wasn't greasy because her husband and son was eating at Cosmic Rays. I'm like, let's go to Pinocchio's because there's like flatbreads. I don't know, it's not greasy, but like she trusted me. She's like, okay, Tia, come with me. And like, even in a park they recognize you, and that's so cool knowing these people travel from like the whole world and they know you and like want to see you. You build such good relationships with families. Like, I'm rambling about this, but another quick thing is like UK families usually come for 2 weeks, so you will literally see them all the time. That's awesome, super cool, love that. So the family relationship that you get to build with like different guests, so like indescribable. You will not have that anywhere else but in a resort, and makes my heart very happy. Next is the ability to pick up shifts wherever you would like. So at like Walt Disney World, if you work in a park, you're park trained and you cannot be in a resort. You have to get like specially resort trained to work in a resort, but since I'm resort trained, I can work at all resorts, but I can also pick up in parks for certain events. For example, I picked up 2 different Halloween party shifts, and I can obviously like pick up at any resort that I want. So that's the really cool thing, is the flexibility with it, because once you're front desk trained, you can go anywhere. And obviously that's the same with like merchandise. Like, you can go all of the different like merchandise locations, but you can't move to a resort. You can only do it within parks. So being resort trained, you can pick up in parks. So that's really cool because there's a lot of parties during like the fall time, because we have Not So Scary, then we have Very Merry starting literally in 3 days. What? It's Christmas. Y'all, it's Christmas. But that's something that's super nice, that it's so flexible and everyone's so welcoming. When I do pick up shifts, they're here to help. They want to teach me everything. It's really nice being able to like pick up where I want. And I'm good. I picked up at a lot of places so far. I'm good with DACL right now. I'm very happy. But there's also like a lot of roles within front desk that I'm able to do. Like, there's runner and like different things that I could be cross-trained in, and that can also pick up at resorts as well. So the flexibility and the variation of the things that I'm able to do as a resort front desk cast member is something that I don't think I'd be able to do in a park. So just another pro. This next one's actually pretty funny, but we are spoiled. Maybe it's just DACL that gets spoiled, but maybe it's all with the deluxe resorts. I don't know. We get spoiled at DACL. Every single day there's either the lounge brings down all these pastries and treats, they buy us Krispy Kreme, they buy us candy, they buy us ice cream, they buy us pizza. Every single day we're getting like treats from our leaders or from the lounge upstairs. That's amazing. Like, that is awesome. I know my friend works quick service, my roommate Karasha, she works quick service at Caribbean Beach, and they give her like food after her shift as well. Like, here, take all this, go. I assume they like do that in a park as well if you work quick service, but I just know specifically at DACL or at deluxe resorts, we're getting constantly spoiled with food. It's the best feeling in the world when you just finish an 8.5-hour shift and you go to the break room and there's like truffles and like chocolate mousse zebra domes. Like, it's so nice. Like, oh, it's been a rough day or it's been a great day, but here's some snacks. You did amazing. It's my favorite thing. Like, it just makes my heart so happy and grateful knowing that I have such a nice, lovely location that is so sweet and grateful. I don't know. I love my place. The next thing is the ability to partner up to make magic. So at front desk, we're like located right across from merchandise. So we have merchandise, we have children's activities, we have like the quick service, we have the restaurants. So let's say like a family is here for their birthday. You can use all those departments to make magic. So like, we can send an amenity up to their room, we can call private dining to help us with that, or we can call one of our restaurants, hey, we're gonna have you guys make a cake for them when they eat there. We can go to merchandise, like, hey, we're gonna shop around for the guests, like charge it back certain ways. And they do the same thing for us as well. Like, we need your help to do this for a certain guest. And like, the situations obviously vary a lot, but being able to partner up in a small setting is really cool. Like, I know you can probably partner up in parks, but I know it's all in the same building. It's really easy. You just pick up the phone, call, hey, we're doing this, and you just partner up together and work together, because everyone's like main goal is to like make this magic for the guest. And it's awesome being able to like bring so many departments together to be able to do so, and you kind of take charge. It like feels really cool that you can be responsible for doing something so magical and getting all these people involved in making it a great moment. And the last thing, which is something that I needed to hear very early on in my program, and my brother told me this, I think, after my training, because I had a rough time at training. If you've followed my channel, my whole college program, you've known that it's definitely been a struggle. Like, my first couple weeks were very hard for me. But my brother told me, like, we were talking on the phone, and he said, parks are expected to have magic. You walk into Magic Kingdom and you are expected, like, it's supposed to be the most magical thing in the world. When you walk in a resort, you want to go to bed, you want to get your food and eat, you're not really like, oh, this is going to be super magical. But it ends up being that because of the resort cast members, and that's something where yeah, like I said, it's indescribable. I can't describe the feeling. I've said that so many times that you really can't. You're making magic where it's least expected. Like, a guest can come to me and just like have a bad day, and he or she, whatever, just nothing worked for them today, and I can change that completely around, and I have the power to. Like, they remind us all the time, you are empowered to make magic. You are empowered to do what you can for the guests. And I can turn something that they're sad about completely around so quickly. And they're not expecting me to do that. They just think like, oh, I'm back at the resort, relaxing, wanting to go to bed, it's late at night, I don't really feel like, you know, it's not like, oh, Magic Kingdom, oh, Hollywood Studios, like, oh, yay, love, music, happiness all the time. Like, sometimes things go wrong, but we have that ability to turn it completely around and make probably the most magical moments ever. And this is obviously, like I said before, this is nothing against the parks. I have no idea what happens there. I've never really worked in one, so I don't know how things happen. And I bet they can do a lot of the same things, but this is just to help people that are being status at a resort to say, hey, you are going into such a magical location and role and position, and you can do amazing things at resorts. And that's just from my experience. I'm very confident that everyone going into a resort will have the same feelings as I do. Because at the beginning, when you're status at a resort, obviously, like, I wasn't too happy. I was like, oh, great. But now my heart is so happy. I'm beyond grateful. Not every day is sunshine and roses. Like, obviously, if you work in a resort, you're gonna have bad days. Like, you're a normal human being, and Disney World isn't always perfect. But you make magic where you can, and you think positively, and you're grateful for all the little things that, you know, this company and your location has to offer, and it just puts a smile on your face because it's worth it. Every second is worth it, and I am so beyond grateful for this program, for my job, Disney in general, and I hope you are too. I hope if you're going into a resort, you go in with such a positive and optimistic attitude and make the best out of it, because you can, and it will be amazing, I promise you. So that was a little lengthy, but I had a lot to say, and you can tell I have a big smile on my face now because I just love talking about my job. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed and want to watch more videos of mine, please subscribe down below. I'm still in Disney World, I'm still making fun Disney videos, and I can't wait to make more for you guys. So I will see you in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you all so much. Bye!